There have been winds that have blown through your life, child, that you haven't understood where they came from. Heavy days have passed, and you've looked at your empty hands, wondering when this poverty would end. I know you've counted your last coins more than once, worried about tomorrow, and sometimes thought I wasn't watching over you anymore. But do you dare believe in what your eyes haven't seen? Do you dare grasp my promise, even when the reality before you is shrouded in darkness? Before the world was formed, I called you by name. Before you knew hunger, I knew the exact moment I would fill your bowl. Before you felt empty, I had already set the day of your abundance. Your poverty isn't your destiny, but a test. But don't be afraid, because those days are coming to an end. My child, remember what I did for the people of Israel when they suffered in the desert. They had nothing but dust, but I gave them manna from heaven every day. They thought they would die of thirst, but I brought water from a rock. And today, do you think I've changed? For I, the Lord, do not change. If I provided for them, would I abandon you? If I fed tens of thousands in the wilderness, should you continue to suffer in need forever? In days past, you've wondered how this could happen, how you could be rescued from poverty when every door is shut. But look to me, not to what you see, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Your limitations are not my limitations. What you can't do is not what I can't do. I am God, making the impossible possible, opening a way through the sea, making the lame walk and the blind see. And I will open a path for you, even when the world says there's no way out. Listen to my word. Before this month ends, you will see a difference. You will witness my mighty hand moving your circumstances. What I have prepared for you is coming, not late, not early, but at the appointed time. You might feel like you're standing on the edge of an abyss, but right where you think there is no hope, I will reveal my miracle. I'm not a man that I should lie, neither the Son of Man that I should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Child, poverty has bound you long enough. It's not the inheritance I have for you. I didn't create you to live in lack, worrying every day about food, lying awake every night over debts. I am a God of abundance, and I have provided everything for you. But do you dare believe I'm at work? Do you dare believe I'm arranging things to bring your breakthrough? In the coming days, I will stir your heart. I will put in you a strong trust, a hope that you can't explain with reason. I will guide you to the right place, meet the right people, open doors you never thought possible. I will shake every barrier, break every chain that has bound you in poverty. Remember, I am the Lord, the maker of all things. If I created the world, shouldn't I be able to change your circumstances? Have you ever wondered why poverty has haunted you for all these years? Why, even when you tried, everything slipped out of your hands like sand through your fingers. You prayed, waited, hoped, but it seemed like what you desired hadn't come to pass. But I tell you, this is not the end of your story. Poverty is just a chapter in your life story, not the last page. And before this month is out, you will step into a new chapter where I show my power in a way you never imagined. This world has its rules, but I'm not limited by them. You see that to get rich, people have to work hard, have connections, have capital. But I don't need those things to work a miracle for you. I can open a road right in the place you think is blocked. I can cause a wind to bring you an unexpected opportunity, a chance meeting to open up a whole new journey, a small change to turn your whole destiny around. You've limited me within the boundaries that the world imposes, but I'm not limited like that. When I act, nothing can stop it. In the days to come, you'll feel movement in your spirit. Things are changing, even though you can't see it clearly with your eyes. Don't let what you see now confuse you. Don't let the numbers in your bank account worry you. Don't let the words of others make you doubt. For when I have decided to bless you, no power can stand in the way. Maybe you think you don't deserve it, that you've made mistakes, that you've gone down the wrong path for too long. But I don't bless you because you deserve it. I bless you because I want to, because I'm the one who holds all things. I see all the sweat that falls when you work hard but can't make ends meet, all the nights you toss and turn worrying about the future, all the times you're so tired you want to give up. I've seen it all, and now I'm about to do a new thing. The change will come in a way you can't predict. Maybe it will come from an idea that I plant in your mind. A small idea, but it will open a big door. Maybe it will come from someone you don't expect, someone who will reach out just when you need it. Maybe it will come from a seemingly random event, but has been arranged by me long ago. Don't think that everything will happen in the usual way, because I don't work in the way you used to. I'm the one who creates a path in the desert, streams in the wasteland. I can lift you up in the blink of an eye. And when the time comes, things will happen so fast you won't know what's happening. Have you ever wondered why I let you go through so much lack for so long? Because sometimes abundance comes too early and becomes a burden instead of a blessing. If you haven't learned how to manage, abundance will cause you to lose your way. If you are not mature enough, wealth will pull you away from me instead of drawing you closer. So, I let you go through trials so you could understand the value of every little thing, so you would appreciate it when I filled you to overflowing. Now you're ready. Now it's time for me to open the heavens and pour out good things upon your life. But are you ready to receive it? Because when abundance comes, you have to know how to keep it. When the door opens, you have to be brave enough to walk through it. Maybe I'll take you to a place you've never been, a field you never thought you'd be involved in. Don't be afraid. Don't think you're not capable. If I have opened the way, I will also equip you with everything you need. If I brought you there, I'll give you the wisdom to manage what I put in your hands. In the days to come, you will see signs, small things that will make you realize that I'm at work. A coincidence, an unexpected opportunity, a change in the way you look at the problem. Pay attention. Don't miss what I'm showing you. Don't let fear make you hesitate. Poverty has no place in your life anymore. The days of living in need will close. I'm doing a new thing. Before this month ends, you will know that I have acted. You've lived in poverty long enough to understand that it's not just a lack of material things. Poverty is also a burden on the mind, negative thoughts that imprison you in despair. It makes you lose confidence, makes you shrink back in fear. Do you feel that way? When you see others succeed, does your heart stir with discouragement? When you have to weigh every penny to buy necessities, do you feel small in this world? I've seen it all. I know that poverty is not just an external condition. It has seeped into your thinking, making you doubt yourself, doubt the future, even doubt me. But that poverty is not a permanent chain binding you. I'm coming to break it, not just in your circumstances, but in your mind as well. Have you ever thought that you were born to be at a disadvantage, that fate had arranged you that way? Don't believe those lies. This world has rules that people make up, but I'm not limited by any rule. A person may be born in a need, but no one is destined to live that way forever. I have put in you an ability that you yourself have not realized. You are not abandoned, not forgotten. I have followed your every footstep, even in the darkest days. There are those who believe that to escape poverty, they have to be ruthless, they have to fight, they have to seize by all means. But you don't need to become such a person. When I open the way, you don't have to push anyone down to get up. You don't have to be shady or compromise with what's wrong. I don't just give you abundance. I also give you integrity. I don't just fill your pockets. I also enrich your soul. When wealth comes from me, it will not bring anxiety or insecurity. It will not make you arrogant or distant. It will be a source of blessing not only for you, but also for those around you. Let me show you where true abundance comes from. It doesn't come from your calculations, doesn't come from the methods the world teaches you. It comes from a higher source, a flow that no one can stop. When I decide to pour down blessings, no enemy can stop it. No circumstance can delay it. When I act, even the strongest walls must fall. Even the most locked doors must open. Do you see the rich in this world? Many of them have it all, but still feel empty. They have money but no peace. They have power but no joy. Because they can build wealth with their hands, but no one can create peace without me. But what I give you will not be like that. When I fill your life, you will not only have material abundance, but also contentment, joy that nothing can take away. You will look at what you have and know that it's not the result of struggle, but the result of the grace I have for you. But you must prepare yourself to receive. When the opportunity comes, are you ready to seize it? When I put an idea in your heart, are you brave enough to carry it out? When I open a door, do you dare step through it? There are so many people who have asked for change, but when the opportunity comes, they don't dare step out of their comfort zone. Are you ready to let me bring you into something new? If you only want to hold on to what's familiar, you will never be able to grasp what's greater. Sometimes you have to let go to receive. Sometimes you have to step out of the old to get to the place I have prepared. I will change not only your external circumstances, but also the way you view yourself. You will no longer see yourself as someone who always has to struggle to live. You will begin to see yourself as someone I have chosen, someone who has been blessed, someone I have placed in a larger plan. You will walk with a new mindset, no longer bowing your head in fear, but lifting your head high with confidence. Not the confidence that comes from humans, but the confidence that comes from knowing I am walking with you. The last days of this month will not be like the first days. Things will change, but it's not just a temporary change. I don't want you to just escape poverty for a moment and then fall into need again. I want to build you a solid foundation where abundance is not just a breeze, but a constant stream. And you will not only receive for yourself, but you will become a bringer of blessings to others. When you rise from poverty, you will become someone who can help those who are going through what you have gone through. You will become a light for those who are still lost in the darkness of lack. Now listen carefully. In the days to come, I will place instructions in your heart. Maybe I will lead you to a decision you never thought of. Maybe I will take you on a path you have never taken. Don't be afraid. Don't doubt. When I say obey, obey. When I urge you to act, act. When you follow my guidance, you will see doors open. You will see the things I have promised become reality. And before this month ends, you will realize that I not only heard your prayers, but I responded in a way that exceeded your expectations. Can you feel it? Something is moving. An invisible but powerful change is taking place around you. It's not imagination and not wishful thinking. It's me acting, arranging everything to prepare you to step into a new era. But you need to be awake. You need to be sensitive to recognize my signs. The opportunities one brings sometimes don't appear in the form you expect. Sometimes a challenge is the door that leads you to breakthrough. Sometimes something that seems like a loss opens the way for a greater filling. Don't let current circumstances blind you. Don't look at the lack and think it will last forever. Don't look at old failures and think you can't change your destiny. Your past can't define your future unless you let it. The mistakes you've made are not a life sentence binding you. I don't see you through the lens of your failures. I see you through the potential I have placed within you. You may have stumbled, but you are not abandoned. You may have lost, but that doesn't mean you can't get more back. When I act, everything can change in an instant. That which you think is impossible will become possible. There are things you've been asking for a long time, but still haven't seen an answer. Are you wondering why? Are you thinking I have forgotten you? But you don't know that some things take time to prepare. If you receive the blessing before you were ready, it could become a burden instead of a relief. I don't just want to give you abundance. I want you to be able to manage it wisely. When you step into a new season, you need a new mindset, a new mentality. I don't want you to just be a receiver. I want you to become someone who can give. Do you remember the days when you could only live day to day without daring to dream bigger? That's because you've become accustomed to limitation. You've accepted small things as if they're all you can have. But you need to expand your vision. When I work, I don't do ordinary things. When I bless, it's not small drops, it's a powerful, constant stream. But are you ready to receive it? Are you ready to change the way you think, the way you act, the way you use what I give you? The truly rich are not those who only keep for themselves, but those who know how to let blessings flow through them. I don't give abundance for you to live in selfishness, but so you could be my instrument, so you could be a source of blessing to others. When you help others, when you sow into good things, you will see that abundance never runs out. It's not like the possessions of this world that can disappear in the blink of an eye. It's a principle of flow that never stops. When you live with a giving mindset, you will never have to worry about lack. Prepare your heart, because I'm taking you into a new stage. The doors that were previously closed will open. The things you thought you could never do will become a reality. But don't just stand there. When you see the opportunity, grab it. When I take you into a new environment, don't be afraid. Don't let the worry about your ability make you hesitant, because you're not doing it alone. I I will be with you. You're no longer the old person. The days of need, the days of struggle, the days of worrying about every penny will soon be just memories. When you look back, you will see that I have always been there, guiding you, opening the way for you. And now I'm taking you into a new land, a land that is not only enough, but is abundant, a land where you will no longer just live to survive, but you will live to express my glory. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to say will be your guide in the days to come. Don't let poverty become your identity. Don't let it bind you to small thoughts. I didn't create you to live forever in lack, in fear of tomorrow. If you only look at your current circumstances and think that this is all you can have, you have inadvertently limited yourself. You have forgotten that I am the one who holds your destiny. If I say that your poverty will end, you don't need to doubt or question. You just need to prepare to receive it. But preparation is not just sitting and waiting for a miracle. Preparation starts from your mindset. Are you ready to give up the old way of thinking? The beliefs that have limited you for so many years. Are you ready to see yourself the way I see you? I see you not as a poor person, but as someone entering a period of change. I see you not as a failure, but as someone preparing to reap great things. But if you don't see that, you won't be able to grasp it. In the days to come, you will realize that there are doors that you never thought would suddenly open. There will be people who come to you with opportunities you didn't expect. Don't miss those things just because you think you don't deserve it or you fear that you're not capable. If I have opened a road, then it is the road for you. If I have put an opportunity before you, then it is what I have prepared for you. Remember that abundance comes not only from your work, but also from your attitude. If you live with gratitude, if you cherish even the small things that I give you in the present, you will see that abundance will come to you naturally. But if you only complain, if you only look at what you don't have, you will miss what I'm doing. You don't need to worry about how it will happen. That's not your part. Your part is to trust, obey, and be ready to act when I urge you. When I tell you to step, step. When I tell you to sow, sow. When I tell you to give up something to prepare for something bigger, be ready to give it up. If you hold on tightly to what is small, you won't be able to receive the greater things. Look around you. There are people in this world who have been in the same situation as you, but they have come out of it. They didn't let circumstances determine their destiny. And so will you. You will not be bound in lack. You will no longer have to worry every day about how to survive. The days when you had to weigh every dollar, had to give up dreams because of lack of finances will soon end. But don't forget this. I don't just want to free you from material poverty. I also want to free you from poverty in the soul. If you only have wealth without peace, it's not true abundance. If you have assets but always live in fear and anxiety, you're still a poor person. I want to give you a wealth that goes far beyond what money can buy. I want you to have a generous heart, a soul full of peace, and an unwavering faith. When I work in your life, I don't just change the outside, I change the inside. You will no longer see money as something to fight for, something to seize. You will no longer be haunted by the worry of lack. Instead, you will understand that everything you have comes from me, and because I am an infinite source, you don't need to worry about tomorrow. The last days of this month will not be like the first days of the month. A change is coming near. Your poverty will no longer be a burden weighing on your shoulders. But you need to be ready to receive it. Stand up, expand your vision, step forward in faith. A big breakthrough is coming, and I am here to guide you through every step. Are you ready? Look back at the days past. You will realize that there have been many times that I whispered in your heart, reminding you that poverty is not your destiny. But maybe you didn't dare to believe. Maybe you were so familiar with your limitations that you couldn't imagine a different future. But now you can't continue to think in the old ways anymore. I am not calling you to live a life that is always lacking, always afraid of tomorrow. If you only look at your current circumstances and think that this is all you can have, you have inadvertently limited yourself. You have forgotten that I am the one who holds your destiny. If I say that your poverty will end, then you don't need to doubt or question. You just need to prepare to receive it. But the preparation is not just sitting and waiting for a miracle. The preparation starts from your mindset. Are you ready to give up the old way of thinking? the beliefs that have limited you for so many years. Are you ready to see yourself the way I see you? I see you not as a poor person, but as someone entering a period of change. I see you not as a failure, but as someone preparing to reap great things. But if you don't see that, you won't be able to grasp it. In the days to come, you will realize that there are doors that you never thought would suddenly open. There will be people who come to you with opportunities you didn't expect. Don't miss those things just because you think you don't deserve it or you fear that you're not capable. If I have opened a road, then it is the road for you. If I have put an opportunity before you, then it is what I have prepared for you. Remember that abundance comes not only from your work, but also from your attitude. If you live with gratitude, if you cherish even the small things that I give you in the present, you will see that abundance will come to you naturally. But if you only complain, if you only look at what you don't have, you will miss what I'm doing. You don't need to worry about how it will happen. That's not your part. Your part is to trust, obey, and be ready to act when I urge you. When I tell you to step, step. When I tell you to sow, sow. When I tell you to give up something to prepare for something bigger, be ready to give it up. If you hold on tightly to what is small, you won't be able to receive the greater things. Look around you. There are people in this world who have been in the same situation as you, but they have come out of it. They didn't let circumstances determine their destiny. And so will you. You will not be bound in lack. You will no longer have to worry every day about how to survive. The days when you had to weigh every dollar, had to give up dreams because of lack of finances will soon end. But don't forget this, I don't just want to free you from material poverty. I also want to free you from poverty in the soul. If you only have wealth without peace, it's not true abundance. If you have assets but always live in fear and anxiety, you are still a poor person. I want to give you a wealth that goes far beyond what money can buy. I want you to have a generous heart, a soul full of peace, and an unwavering faith. When I work in your life, I don't just change the outside, I change the inside. You will no longer see money as something to fight for, something to seize. You will no longer be haunted by the worry of lack. Instead, you will understand that everything you have comes from me, and because I am an infinite source, you don't need to worry about tomorrow. The last days of this month will not be like the first days of the month. A change is coming near. Your poverty will no longer be a burden weighing on your shoulders. But you need to be ready to receive it. Stand up, expand your vision, step forward in faith. A big breakthrough is coming, and I am here to guide you through every step. Are you ready? Listen again to what I say, because what I'm about to say will be your guide in the days to come. Don't let your poverty become your ID. Don't let it trap you in the thoughts of small things. You've grown so accustomed to hardship that sometimes you think it's part of who you are, but that's just not true. Poverty is a chain you need to break, a darkness you need to step out of, a lie you need to reject. Don't you see how every time you worry about money, your mind just gets weighed down? You can't think clearly, can't joyfully appreciate the blessings you have right now, can't even dare to dream bigger. I don't want you to live like that anymore. I want you to live a life of freedom, a life of abundance, a life where you're not constantly bowed down by unpaid bills or mounting debt. But the first thing you need to do isn't to figure out how to make more money. It's to change your mindset. I see those dreams you've buried because you thought they were too far-fetched. I see the plans you've dismissed simply because you thought you didn't have the resources. But do you know it's not money that determines your future? It's your faith that does. You might not have much in your hands right now, but if you believe I can open a path, if you believe I can create the right conditions for you, then things will start to shift. You need to prepare your heart, because the abundance I'm about to bring isn't just a temporary fix. This is a permanent change. As you step into the season I'm preparing, you're not just going to see a new source of income flowing into your life. You're going to see relationships transformed, old mindsets shattered, and limitations you thought were insurmountable become meaningless. You'll walk with confidence. You'll dare to step into new territories. You'll dare to embrace challenges that used to terrify you. I don't just want you to be a recipient of blessings. I want you to become a channel for blessings. When you're freed from poverty, you won't just live better for yourself. You'll have the ability to help others. I'm going to place resources in your hands so you can be the answer to the prayers of those in need. But are you ready to be a faithful steward? Are you ready not to hold onto what I give you as if it belongs solely to you, but to let it flow through you to reach so many others? Remember, I don't grant abundance just so you can enjoy an easy life. I grant it to you because I have a mission for you. I want you to step into a position where you can make an impact, where you can help, where you can stand up and tell others that poverty isn't their destiny. You'll become living proof of transformation, of liberation, of my power. But first, you have to be willing to let go of those old mindsets. Don't look at your current circumstances and think they'll last forever. Don't let past experiences define how you see the future. You're not a victim of fate. You're not someone forgotten in this world. I've seen you. I've chosen you. And I've prepared a path for you. Walk boldly. Dare to believe that something good is coming. Open your heart to receive the new things I'm about to do, because when you believe, everything will change. Have you ever wondered why some people live in abundance while others constantly struggle? It's not because they're more talented than you, luckier than you, or because they had opportunities you never had, no. The difference lies in the fact that they've stepped into the revelation of my provision while you're still bound by your own limitations. I want you to understand that poverty isn't a permanent curse you have to carry throughout your life. It's just a season in your journey, and that season is about to end. But before you see the change in your external circumstances, you need to change from within. There are doors I'm willing to open for you, but you need to have a heart ready to step through. If you're still carrying the mindset of someone who's poor, you'll never dare to seize the opportunities one brings. If you still think you're not worthy, you'll reject the blessings I'm placing before you. I don't just want you to have enough. I want you to have more than enough to do great things. But abundance isn't just about material possessions. It's about how you think, how you see yourself, about your boldness in walking according to what I'm calling you to do. So many times you've been afraid to make decisions. You've hesitated when you've seen an open door because you worried you weren't capable, not smart enough, not qualified enough to walk through. But do you know that I don't call you to walk by sight? I don't tell you that you need to have all the answers before you act. I only ask you to trust in me. If you keep waiting until everything is perfect, you'll never start. But when you dare to step out, even when you don't see the road ahead, I'll perform miracles. You need to understand that true wealth doesn't start with what you have in your hand, but with what you have in your heart. If your heart is full of anxiety, fear, and doubt, even if I pour blessings down, you won't be able to hold on to them. But if you have gratitude, trust, and generosity, even if you start from zero, you'll step into an abundance that no one can take away. I've seen you when you were exhausted, when you hung your head and sighed, when you didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but you couldn't see the things I'd prepared, the new paths, the open doors, the opportunities you never thought were possible. All of it has been set in place, just waiting for you to step into it. Be careful about what you believe about yourself, because it's going to shape your reality. If you believe you'll always be lacking, you'll only see lack. If you believe you're not worthy, you'll push away the blessings I want to give you. But if you believe I've destined you for a life of abundance, you'll start to see signs of change everywhere. A door that was closed before will now open. Someone you never thought would help you will appear at just the right time, and an opportunity that seemed impossible will suddenly become a reality. But when those things happen, you need to have the courage to seize them. Don't wait for an absolute guarantee. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't doubt whether I'm really doing this for you. I've heard your prayers. I've seen the tears you've shed, and I've decided that your poverty is going to end. You're going to step into a new era, a time when what used to weigh heavy on your shoulders will be lifted off. You won't wake up every morning with a weight in your heart anymore. You won't worry about what you don't have. Instead, you'll walk with a new confidence, a new expectation, a realization that I'm your provider and nothing is too difficult for me. Prepare your heart, because what I'm about to do isn't just going to change your finances. It's going to change who you are. I'm going to broaden your vision. I'm going to make you dare to think bigger, dare to dream dreams you never dared to dream before. And as you step into this abundance, remember that it's not just for you. Use it to bring light to those around you. Be someone who brings hope, someone who can stand up and say that I'm a faithful God. I am a God who never forgets his children, because you're not just called to live in sufficiency. You're called to be a witness to my power. And when you do that, I'll continue to pour out on you more than you can imagine. Do you know that abundance isn't just about material things, but also about your spirit, your soul, how you embrace life? There are people who are rich in money, but poor in soul. They have everything in their hands, but they are empty inside. On the other hand, there are people who don't own much material wealth, but they're always full of peace, always grateful, and always live with a powerful mindset. I don't want you to just be materially rich and spiritually poor. I want you to have both: a strong soul, unwavering faith, and a life that is not bound by the worries or limitations that you set for yourself. What you believe will determine how you live. If you believe you always have to struggle, you'll live in that struggle forever. If you believe you never have enough, you'll always feel deprived, even when I bless you. But if you believe that I am the provider, that you deserve good things, you'll see the change happen in your life. You'll start seeing opportunities where you only saw difficulties before. You'll start meeting people who can help you, guide you, take you to places you never thought possible. But you have to dare to believe it is possible. I want you to step out of your comfort zone. Don't just live with what's familiar. Don't just choose the easy path because you're afraid to fail. Do you know that great people are not those who have never failed, but those who have dared to step out, dare to try, dare to take risks, and dare to believe they can do it? If you keep being afraid, keep hesitating, you're going to miss out on the wonderful things I prepared for you. You don't need to have all the answers before you start. Just trust that I'll lead you step by step. There are dreams that you've buried because you thought they were too big. There are desires that you've given up because you thought they couldn't come true. But I want you to know that nothing is too big for you. What I put in your heart isn't meant to be forgotten, but to be nurtured, to be acted upon, to be walked out in the calling I have for you. Don't let time, circumstances, or doubt steal what I've put in your heart. I know there are days when you feel tired. There are days when you wonder if you're going the right direction. There are days when you want to give up because everything is too hard. But I'm telling you, don't stop, don't give up. Do you know that there are things that are just one step away from you? There are doors that are about to open. There are opportunities coming. There are changes happening even when you don't see them. You can't stop right now. Keep walking, keep believing, keep holding on to your faith because I'm working even when you don't see it. And when you receive what you've been asking for, remember that it's not just for you. I don't bless you to keep it to yourself. I bless you so you can be a blessing to others. Be generous, share, help those around you, because when you give, you will receive even more. When you live with a grateful and open heart, I'll continue to fill you without ever stopping. Now is the time for you to change the way you think. It's time for you to believe in bigger things. It's time for you to step out of the darkness of fear into the light of faith. I'm doing something new in your life. Don't look at the past. Don't look at the previous failures. Look ahead because what's coming is going to be better than anything you've ever experienced. Be ready because your new season is coming. Have you ever wondered why some people always have good luck and why do some doors seem to open easily for others but stay closed for you? Do you think there's something holding you back? Sometimes it's not because you haven't tried hard enough. It's not because you're not worthy, but because you're not truly ready to receive. Is your mind full of worry, doubt, and fear? Are you holding on to the past, the hurts, the negative thoughts that prevent you from moving forward? I want you to understand that if you keep carrying the old thoughts, you won't have enough room to move. Think of a glass full of dirty water. If you want to pour clean water into it, do you need to pour out the old water? Similarly, in order for me to give you better things, you need to let go of what is no longer right for you. Maybe those are toxic relationships, bad habits, limiting ways of thinking. You can't go far if you keep being bound by those things. I want you to be free. I want you to be strong. I want you to be brave enough to move on without being dragged back by what is past. There are times when you feel like everything is against you, as if you're going to a dead end. But you don't see that even in those moments I am still acting, right? Sometimes I close a door not to disappoint you, but to direct you to a different, better path. You may not understand it right now, but believe that everything has its reason. Every difficulty is part of my plan for you. I never let you go through something without a purpose. Let your eyes look beyond the difficulties in front of you. Believe that what you are going through is the stepping stone to get to something bigger. You may think that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, but you do not know that your weaknesses are where my strength is revealed, right? I don't need you to be perfect. I just need you to be willing. When you open your heart to me, when you put your trust in me, you will see that what you thought were limits are actually just illusions you create for yourself. I don't want you to live in smallness, in fear, in self-doubt. I want you to be strong, full of confidence, walking with the certainty that you are not alone. There are times when you see others succeed and you wonder why they get it and you don't. But do you know that each person's journey is different? You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. What I have for you is unique, is special, is something that no one can take away. Don't let envy, comparison steal your joy. Focus on yourself, on the path I have set for you. When you stop looking at other people, you will see that you already have more than you think. You may be waiting for a sign, a miracle, a big change. But do you know that may have started a long time ago? You may have received your answer, but because you're looking for big miracles, you don't realize it. Listen, let your soul be open. Sometimes I don't talk to you in big things, but in small, subtle things that you only notice when you really pay attention. Remember that you don't need to have everything to start. You don't need to be perfect to walk. You just need to trust. Just be willing. Just let me guide you. The road ahead may not be easy, but if you take my hand, if you walk with faith, you will see that you are never alone. I am here, and I'm always acting for you. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes feel tired, even though you don't do anything too strenuous? Why is your soul sometimes heavy even when nothing bad happens? That's because you are carrying too many thoughts, too many worries, too many things that you don't need to keep. Your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds that are sown. If you keep letting the seeds of anxiety, doubt, or resentment grow, they will take up all the space of the seeds of peace. Hope and love. Do you know that sometimes what makes you tired is not the work, but the way you think about it? A small task can become heavy when you keep thinking that you are not capable enough. Not enough time, not enough luck. But a great job can become light if you believe that you can do it, if you let me work with you. When you bear everything alone, you will find them overwhelming. But when you put it in my hands, you will see that what was once a burden suddenly becomes an opportunity for you to grow. I know that there are days when you sink into despair, wanting to give up, wanting to run away from everything. You see this world is too chaotic, too unfair, too much hurt. But do you remember that light is always stronger than darkness? Even if a room is as dark as it can be, just a small ray of light can dispel it. And you are that light. You don't need to solve all the injustices in the world, but you can start with yourself. Live with truth. Love even if sometimes you don't get anything back. Do the right thing even if no one sees it. Because those little things will one day make big changes. Don't let what others think of you determine your worth. Don't let criticism discourage you. There are people who won't understand you, who won't appreciate you, who won't see what I see in you. But that doesn't mean you are not valuable. When a diamond is in the mud, it is still a diamond. When a gold is covered by dirt, it is still valuable. Don't let circumstances or the words of others define you. I created you with a purpose, and you don't need to prove it to anyone. Maybe you are waiting for a big change in life, a turning point, a special opportunity. But do you know that great things often start from small things? A large forest starts from a small seed. A mighty river starts from tiny drops of water. Do not despise the small things you do every day, every word of encouragement you give to someone, every good deed you do when no one notices, every time you forgive instead of resenting. All those things are building you into a stronger person. Stop chasing after what doesn't belong to you. If someone leaves you, if a door closes, if an opportunity slips out of your hands, believe that this is not the best I have for you. Do not always regret what has passed so much that you do not have enough strength to receive what is to come. There are things you think are losses, but are actually liberation. There are people you think are important, but in fact they are only part of the journey and not the destination. Believe that what stays with you is what is really necessary, and what leaves is what no longer belongs to you. I know you desire to have an answer immediately, but remember that everything has its timing. A flower cannot bloom before its season. A child cannot run before learning to walk. Everything has a process, and I am never late. If you have not seen what you expect, don't be quick to lose faith. Just keep persevering. Just keep trusting. Just keep doing what you need to do. One day, when you look back, you will see that every moment of waiting was not in vain. I am still acting even when you don't see it, so don't worry too much. Don't let fear control you. Don't let the past bind you. Walk with faith. Open your heart to receive what is good. Live with love and gratitude. And remember that I am always here, always loving you, always waiting for you to return. For you, I never give up. Have you ever wondered if this world is too vast and you're too small? There are days when you stand in the hustle and bustle of life, not knowing where you belong, not knowing what you have to do to have a firm foothold. At those times you may think that you are just a grain of sand in the desert, a leaf drifting in a rushing stream. But you are wrong. I did not create you to be lost in this world, but to be a light in the darkness, so that you know that wherever you are, whatever you do, you still have value. You still have a special place that no one can replace. Maybe you have compared yourself to others, wondered why they succeed faster than you, why they get what you haven't gotten. But you know, each life is a separate journey. You can't use someone else's map to find your own path. What you have today is part of the plan that I have destined for you. You're not late. You're not less. You're just going on the path that I have set, a path that is not like anyone else's. Don't let jealousy blind you. Don't let the successes of others make you forget what you have achieved. Every step you take, no matter how small, is meaningful. I see the times you try but are not recognized, the times you sacrifice but no one understands. I see the tears you shed in silence, the nights you stay awake worrying about the future. You think no one knows, but I know. You think no one cares, but I care. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to pretend that you're okay when you're not. I don't expect you to become a person who doesn't know pain, but I want you to learn how to find strength in your weakness. When you are weak, you will learn how to lean on me, and that is when you will realize that you are not alone. There are wounds that cannot be seen with the naked eye, but are etched deep in your soul. Hurts from the past, harsh words, the times you were betrayed. All of them leave traces that you think cannot be erased. But do you know that there is no wound that I cannot heal? No pain is forever. No hurt is insurmountable. Let me soothe you. Let me fill your heart with peace so that you can move on without carrying the burdens of yesterday. Maybe you are waiting for a sign from me, a clear answer, a confirmation that you're going the right direction. But, you know, sometimes the answers don't come immediately. Sometimes I don't let you know all things right now. Not because I want to make it difficult for you, but because I want you to learn to trust. If I show you everything right now, you won't need to put your faith in me anymore. If you know in advance all that will happen, you will no longer need courage. Sometimes the silence in your life is not a sign of abandonment, but an opportunity for you to learn to listen. Learn to cherish yourself. Don't let the mistakes of the past define you. Don't let the mistakes of yesterday make you forget your worth. I don't see you as the world sees you. The world may only see your failures, but I see your potential. The world may only remember the mistakes, but I remember the times you tried, the times you loved even when you were hurt, the times you stood up after you fell. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to achieve something great to have value. I love you even when you feel unworthy. I love you even when you make mistakes. My love for you is not based on what you do, but on who you are. No matter what you do, no matter how far you go, I will always wait for you to return. Live with gratitude. Stop looking for happiness in things that are far away. Learn to see the beauty in the small things. A new day, a smile, a word of encouragement. All of those are gifts that I give you every day. If you only focus on what you don't have, you will never have enough. But if you learn to be grateful even in the small things, you will realize that you already have more than you think. And you remember that I'm always here, wherever you go, whatever you go through, I will always watch over you, always love you, always reach out to take you. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are part of my plan, and I will never abandon you. Have you ever wondered why your life has such difficult stages? Why are there times when you pray but still don't see an answer? You think I have forgotten you, or I am silent in the face of your cries of lamentation. No, I have never left you, never abandoned you. But do you understand that some things cannot come immediately? Some blessings need to be prepared. Some doors need time to open. Don't be quick to conclude that I'm not listening just because you don't see the change right now. There are things I am setting in order that you cannot understand. There are roads that you have not seen, but I have seen before. Let your heart be at peace because what you are enduring is not random. You think that the challenges that come to you are just to make you fall, right? No, they come to make you stronger, to train you to become a better person, more resilient, with a stronger faith. I don't want you to suffer, but I know that if you don't go through the dark nights, you won't understand the value of light. If you have never been hungry, you will not appreciate abundance. If you have never suffered a loss, you will not realize what is truly important in your life. What you are enduring today is not the end. It is only part of the journey. Don't let fear make you stop. Don't let the negative words from the world make you doubt yourself. The world may say you are not good enough, but I know you can do it. The world may tell you to give up, but I tell you to continue because you are not going alone. I am going with you. When you are tired, I support you. When you stumble, I help you stand up. When you cry, I wipe your tears. Don't forget that you have a power greater than you can imagine. Let your heart be widened. Don't just look at what you don't have, but look at what you can become. Don't limit yourself with fears. Do you know why there are dreams in your heart? Because they are placed there by me. I not only create you, but also put in you the wonderful abilities that you have not yet discovered. Don't think that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. You have more than you think. Stop doubting yourself. Stop looking at the past with regret. You can't change what has passed, but you can choose how you move on. Don't let the old mistakes bind you. I have forgiven you, so why don't you forgive yourself? Don't always hold on to the pain, the hurt, the harsh words. Learn to let go. Learn to let your soul be free. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered why the stars still shine? Although there are clouds covering, although the darkness is dense, the light is still present. Likewise in your life, even in the dark moments, even in storms that seem impossible to overcome, there is always light. Don't look at the darkness and forget that the light still exists. Don't let fear cloud over hope. There will be times when you will feel tired, feel like stopping, but you remember that nothing great is built in one day. No journey is only sunny days. Even the strongest people are sometimes weak. But what matters is not how many times you have fallen, but whether you are willing to stand up. Each new day is an opportunity for you to start over. Each new day is a blank sheet of paper on which you can write good things. I want you to understand that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to prove anything to be worthy of my love. I love you not because of what you do, but because you are you. I love you even when you make mistakes. I love you even when you think you are not worthy. And I will never stop loving you. So, don't let the worries of today make you forget the hope of tomorrow. Don't let fear make you forget the promises I have for you. Keep going because you're not walking alone. I'm here, always here. Did you know that every step you take in this world has been seen by me? Nothing in your life happens without a reason. Every joy, every sadness, every stumble, every time you get back up, it's all part of the journey I've laid out for you. You might not understand why there are dark days, why there are long nights that seem impossible to get through, but I want you to trust that even when you can't see the path, I'm still guiding you. There will be moments when you feel alone, forgotten in the rush of life. But child, how could I ever forget you when I'm the one who created you, who called you by name before you even existed? No one in this world can love you more than I do. No one can understand every thought, every worry in your heart like I can. I see every tear you cry, every sigh you breathe during those lonely nights. I know how hard you've tried, how much you've fought, and sometimes it feels like no one understands the secret pains you carry, but I do, And I want you to know that even in your weakest moments, you're held securely in my eternal love. Have you ever wondered why the dreams in your heart don't come true easily? Why you've worked so hard, but still haven't seen the results you hoped for? Remember this: I never give you empty longings. Those dreams aren't meaningless, but I want you to grow. I want you to learn to trust. I want you to know that things don't always happen the way you want them to, but the way that's best for you. Sometimes you see others succeed. You see their lives filled with blessings, while you're still struggling with difficulties. You might think I've forgotten you, but that's not true. Everyone has their own timing, set by me. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Don't let their success make you doubt my plan for you. You might not see the results yet, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. Sometimes you need to learn to wait, not because I'm delaying, but because I want you to be fully prepared to receive something even more wonderful than you can imagine. I see the wounds you carry from the past, the hurts you've hidden away, the memories you don't want to remember, the pain you can't share with anyone. But you don't need to hide anything from me. I know it all. I see it all. And I want you to know that there's no wound I can't heal. You don't have to be imprisoned forever by past suffering. The past can't be changed, but the future can. You don't need to live in fear, in past pain. I want you to rise up strong. I want you to know that you're not a victim of the bad things that have happened to you. You're my warrior, the child I love. And I want you to keep moving forward with a healed heart. Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough to receive my blessings. But child, who told you that you have to be perfect to be loved? I've never demanded that you not make mistakes. I don't look at your mistakes to judge you. I look at your heart. I see your desire. I see your efforts. I even see the times you blame yourself. But I want you to let go of those burdens. I don't want you to live in shame, in the fear that you're not good enough. You don't need to prove anything to me, because I chose you from the beginning, and my love for you will never change. Let your heart be freed from the invisible chains that are holding you tight. Let your soul be free. Let joy return to you. Don't think that happiness only comes when you achieve great things. Don't wait until tomorrow to start enjoying life. I want you to find joy right now. In the little things, a ray of sunshine, a gentle breeze, a warm smile, all gifts I've given you. Don't let worries about the future make you forget the blessings you have right now. Have you ever seen a big tree? It doesn't grow in a day. From a tiny seed, it has to go through years, endure storms, sink its roots deep to be able to stand tall. You're the same. I'm building you. I'm making you grow. I'm preparing you for greater things. Don't get discouraged when you don't see results yet. Don't think that everything is delayed. Nothing is wasted when you walk in my plan. Every drop of sweat, every tear, every time you persevere, even when you want to give up, it's all contributing to a stronger you, a person I've destined to bring great things. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't doubt. Don't let negative words hold you back. Don't let temporary setbacks make you give up. You're on a journey, and I'm still walking with you. When you feel tired, come to me. When you don't know what to do, listen to me. When you feel weak, let me lift you up. You don't need to worry about the future, because I'm already there, and what I prepared for you is always better than you can imagine. Do you ever feel like this world is too big and you're too small? Like you're just a grain of sand in a vast desert, a flickering lamp in the immense darkness? Sometimes you wonder if you really matter to me. Are you on the right path, or just lost in the drifting currents of life with no destination? Those questions are not foreign to me, because I've heard your heart for a long time. I know that there are days when you wake up with an empty feeling, even though outwardly your life seems to be going on as normal. You do what needs to be done. You live like everyone else, but deep in your soul, there's an invisible space that you can't fill. And you wonder if this is all life has to offer? Are you born just to go to work, eat, sleep, and then day after day just pass by without much change? I want you to understand that you are not just a random existence. You did not come into this world just to live through the day. Everyone is born with a purpose, and I have placed in you something special, a mission that no one can replace. Maybe you haven't seen it. Maybe you haven't realized what I want you to do, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Don't think that you have to be a great person, have to create brilliant achievements to be valuable. No, Your value is not defined by external success, but by you, the person that I have created with love, with meaning, with a plan that only you can fulfill. Maybe you think that you're not strong enough to pursue your dreams, not good enough to do great things, not lucky enough to have a good life. But child, strength does not come from what you have, but from what you believe. If you believe that you can't, you won't be able to. If you believe that you are not worthy, you will always feel left behind. But if you believe that I have put in you a fire, if you believe that you were born not to live dimly, but to shine in your own way, then nothing can stop you from moving forward. I know that you have been disappointed. You have put hope in something, and then finally see it disappear. You once thought that you would achieve something that you wanted, but the result was not as you expected. And then you become more hesitant, afraid to put faith in anything, afraid to open your heart for fear that you will once again have to suffer. But child, if you keep living in fear, if you keep your heart closed, how can you receive the good things that I have prepared for you? Life is not always easy, but that doesn't mean you should stop hoping. Every time you fail, every time you stumble, it's not the end. It's just a step in the journey. Don't let the times you haven't achieved what you want make you give up all the opportunities ahead. Maybe you feel your efforts are useless. You work hard. You try your best, but it seems nothing changes. You see others succeed quickly while you're still struggling with small things. But do you know that some things take time to grow? A tree cannot grow large overnight. A flower cannot bloom right after being planted. The most valuable things always require patience. I don't want you to give up just because you don't see results immediately. Don't measure your success based on what others achieve. Don't let external pressure make you feel inferior. I don't look at your speed. I look at your heart, at your perseverance. And I promise you, not a drop of your sweat is useless. Not a moment of your effort is wasted. Although you don't see it now, one day you will realize that everything you have done has meaning. And do you know, life is not just about what you're trying to achieve. Life is also about the simple but precious moments that you can miss if you only look to the future and forget the present. Have you ever stopped to feel a cool breeze blowing, a warm ray of sunshine on your face, a smile from a stranger, a hug from a loved one? Do you know that happiness is not in the distant things you are dreaming of, but right in the small things around you every day? I don't want you to just live to wait for something to happen. I want you to enjoy every moment. I want you to learn to cherish what you have. I want you to understand that life is beautiful not only because of great achievements, but also because of the simplest joys. Don't let worries about the future steal the joy of the present. Don't think that you can only be happy when you achieve something. Happiness is not a destination, but the whole journey. If you keep thinking that you need to have more money, need to have a better job, need to have a perfect life to be happy, then you will always live in expectation. But if you're grateful right now, if you learn to see the good things in the current situation, then you will realize that happiness is not as far away as you think. You live with all your heart. You love, you give. You open your heart to the world. Don't close yourself off for fear of getting hurt. Don't hesitate to do the things you love just for fear of being judged. Don't wait for a perfect time to start living a meaningful life, because the perfect time is right now. I am here. I am with you. And I will always be with you on every step of the way. Believe in that and keep going. Have you ever wondered why there are trials in your life? Why you have to go through dark days, burdens that seem impossible to overcome? There are times when you feel tired, exhausted from the pressure, from expectations that are not met. You see yourself walking forever on a road without knowing when you will reach the destination. And in your heart rises a suspicion. I being abandoned? But child, I never leave you. Every trial in your life is not meaningless. Every pain you endure is not something that happens by chance. I don't promise you that you will never encounter difficulties, but I promise that I will always be with you in every moment. Look back at the days that have passed. Have you ever thought that you would not be able to overcome an event? Have there been nights when you cried silently, moments when you wanted to give up everything? But you got up. You were stronger than you thought. There are things that today, when you look back, you realize that they are no longer a burden, but become a part that helps you grow. So why do you doubt yourself? Why do you let fear overwhelm faith? Life is not always easy, but every time you stumble, you learn something. Things that seem the most painful are sometimes the ones that help you discover the strength you never knew you had. I never want you to suffer just to hurt you, but I know that if you don't go through trials, you won't be able to know how far you can go. Your difficulties are not to make you fall, but to forge you into a stronger, more resilient version. But you also need to understand that life is not just about battles. I don't want you to only know about fatigue, only know about struggle. You don't live just to endure. You were born to enjoy the beauty of this world, to explore, to love, to feel the wonderful things that I have placed in your life. So don't just live in worries and obligations. Don't let the pressure make you forget that you have the right to be happy, have the right to enjoy every small but precious moment. Have you ever paid attention to the birds singing in the morning? Have you ever quietly watched the sunrise, felt the warmth of the sun touching your skin? Those simple things are how I remind you that this life is still full of miracles. Happiness is not only in the great things, but also in the moments that you often miss. Don't let life pass by meaninglessly just because you keep running after things that are far away and forget the beauty of the present. And most of all, I want you to know that you don't have to carry everything alone. I didn't create you to live in loneliness, to have to endure everything yourself. You are surrounded by people who love you. And you also have me, the one who is always with you even when you don't realize it. When you feel weak, allow yourself to rest. When you feel lost, let me guide you. When you feel you are not good enough, remember that in my eyes you are always precious. Don't compare yourself to others, because you were not created to be like anyone. You are a unique being with your own talents, your own dreams, your own missions. Maybe you think that you haven't achieved anything great, but that doesn't mean you have no value. Sometimes a word of encouragement from you to someone can change their day. Sometimes just being with someone when they need it most is more meaningful than any success. I do not judge you based on external achievements, but based on the love in your heart. Believe that you have your own path, a journey that I have set. Don't be in a hurry. Don't panic when things don't happen the way you want. Everything has its time. The important thing is that you don't stop. Don't let fear hold you back. You don't need to have all the answers right now. Just take it one step at a time, and you will see that everything will become clearer. Do you know? I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are you. I don't need you to become someone else to be loved. I want you to understand that you deserve to be loved even when you have not achieved anything great. Even when you have mistakes, even when you feel you are not good enough. My love for you remains unchanged. So hold your head high. Walk with the confidence that you are not alone. Believe in yourself because I believe in you. Live fully because this life is a gift. And wherever you are, whatever you're going through, remember that I am always here, always waiting for you, always loving you with a love that never fades. Have you ever wondered why doors close in your life? If that's a sign that I'm not listening, have you? There are times when you ask for something, you expect a certain result, but in the end you only receive silence. Then you panic, you get disappointed, you wonder if I really care about your desires. But child, what you need to understand is that not every door that opens will lead you to something good. Some doors close not because I abandon you, but because I protect you from things you haven't seen. I see the whole picture, and you only see a small part of the picture. You may think you know what's best for you, but there are things you can't fully understand right now. Maybe you ask for a job, but I know that if you go there, you will lose your peace. Maybe you expect a relationship, but I know it will hurt you later. Maybe you want an easier path, but I know that it is the challenges that will make you stronger. I am not refusing your request. I am just leading you to something better, even if you don't realize it right away. But you also need to understand that there are things that I have put in your hands, and you need to step out to grasp them. You can't just sit still and wait for everything to happen the way you want. I gave you feet to walk, gave you the intelligence to consider, gave you the heart to feel. You have the right to choose, have the right to decide your direction. If you keep hesitating, afraid, not daring to move forward, how can you see the wonderful things that are waiting for you? Don't let past failures prevent you from trying again. Don't let the criticisms of others make you lose faith in yourself. Don't let fear make you miss the things I have prepared for you. Have you ever paid attention to how an artisan cuts a gemstone? At first, it's just a rough block. Nothing stands out, but through each cut, each polishing, it gradually becomes a sparkling stone. If the stone could feel, it would probably feel pain in the process, but without the cutting, it would forever be just an anonymous stone. Likewise, you are a gemstone in my hands. The difficulties you experience are how I cut you, making you brighter. I don't want you to stay in your original form forever. I want you to develop. I want you to reach the potential that I have put in you since you were created. But don't confuse trials with meaningless suffering. I never want you to live in constant suffering without a way out. If you feel you're trapped in a situation that exhausts you, remember that you always have a choice. Sometimes you need to let go of things that don't belong to you in order to move on. Don't cling to things that have run out, to relationships that no longer bring peace, to dreams that you know are no longer right for you. I don't want you to live in effort. I want you to live in freedom. Freedom from worry, from pressure, from the things that take you away from the good plan that I have drawn for you. Look back at the journey you have gone through. There were times when you thought you could not stand it anymore, but you're still here, still continuing to walk. That means you're stronger than you think. Don't just look at what you don't have, but look at what you have overcome. I want you to know that you are not just a person who exists, but you are a warrior. Every day you walk, you are fighting with fears, with doubts, with the limits that you once thought you could not overcome, and I'm proud of you. But you also need to remember that fighting doesn't mean you always have to be tough. There are times when you need to stop to rest, to recharge your energy. There are times when you need to open your heart to be loved, to allow yourself to receive help from those around you. Don't think you have to do everything alone. I didn't create you to live in solitude. Let me accompany you. Let the people who love you enter your life. Maybe right now you don't see clearly the road ahead. Maybe you are in a stage where everything seems to have no solution. But child, nothing is meaningless in my plan. Everything is being arranged, is being prepared, is gradually falling into its right place. Be patient, be steadfast. Know that every step you take, every choice you make, every day you wake up and continue your journey, all are leading you to something more wonderful. And wherever you are, whatever you're going through, I'm always here, always waiting for you, always loving you with a love that never fades. Have you ever wondered why there are periods in your life that pass so slowly as if everything is stagnant? You pray, you expect, but it seems nothing changes. You feel trapped in a loop of indefinite months where hope fades over time. But child, there are silences that I deliberately put into your life, not to punish you, but to prepare you for something greater. Do you know that a seed, when sown in the ground, cannot germinate immediately? It needs time to sink deep into the ground. It needs silent preparation before sprouting on the ground and reaching out strongly. If you only look at the surface, you will think that nothing is happening, but underneath a life is being formed. Likewise, there are things in your life that need time to germinate, to take root deeply before they can bear fruit. You are often impatient, wanting everything to happen immediately. You want to see results, want to see change, want to see your prayers answered as soon as you expect. But you don't know that if a child is born prematurely, it will not be strong enough to survive. If a flower is forced to bloom sooner than its time, the petals will be weak and easily wither. Everything has its proper time, and that time is not determined by you. I see the whole picture. I know when you are ready, when you can receive the great things that I have prepared for you. But that doesn't mean you just sit and wait. A seed, if not cared for, not watered, not placed in the right environment, it will never grow. I have placed in you dreams, desires, potentials, but you need to act to make them a reality. You cannot just rely on miracles if you do not dare to step out of your comfort zone. I want you to understand that every day you live is not just to exist, but to grow, to learn, to get closer to what I have destined for you. And when you face challenges, have you ever wondered why they come? There are times when you feel life is full of storms, wounds, losses. You think that maybe I have forgotten you, have abandoned you in suffering. But you don't know that those challenges are not to make you fall, but to train you. A steel bar wants to become a sharp sword. It must go through hot fire and strong hammer blows. A diamond wants to shine. It must withstand great pressure from the ground. Likewise, you're not created to live an ordinary life. I don't want you to forever be a grain of sand among the sea of people, but I want you to shine like a precious gem. But to do that, you need to accept that sometimes you have to go through fire, have to endure challenges, have to learn how to get up. Every time you stumble, have you ever watched an eagle teaching its young to fly? When the time is right, the mother eagle will push her eaglet out of the nest. If she doesn't, the little eagle will never learn to use the wings it's been given. In that moment of being pushed out, the eaglet panics, struggles, and thinks it's about to fall into the abyss. But it's precisely in that moment that it learns to flap its wings, how to balance, how to conquer the sky. Without that push, it would never realize the strength it possesses. And it's the same for you. There are times I let you fall into situations that seem impossible, not to leave you in despair, but so you realize you can fly higher than you ever imagined. I didn't create you to live in fear. I want you to be brave. I want you to be strong. I want you to live a life worthy of the potential I've placed within you. But you need to remember that strength doesn't always come from being tough. Sometimes the greatest strength comes from humility, from compassion, from forgiveness. You can't move forward if you're clinging to past hurts. There are people who have hurt you, wounds you think will never heal. But, darling, holding on to pain only makes you heavier. I want you to know that forgiveness doesn't mean you condone wrongdoing. It means you're freeing yourself from the chains of the past. When you forgive, you're giving yourself the chance to be free, to move forward without being bound by old burdens. And you also need to learn to love yourself. You can't love the world if you don't know how to love yourself. Don't keep blaming yourself for past mistakes. Don't think you're not good enough, not worthy enough to receive blessings. I created you in my own image, and I never create anything meaningless. You have value. You have a purpose. You have meaning. No matter how small you feel, no matter how much you think you're not good enough, remember that you are part of my grand plan. No work of art is created randomly, and neither were you. You may not see the big picture right now, but believe that I am working, I am preparing, I am guiding you. Everything is moving in the right direction, even when you don't realize it. And one day, when you look back, you'll see that everything that happened had meaning, had a purpose. Don't lose faith. Don't let the challenges make you forget that you are loved, that you are not alone. Keep going, keep believing, keep reaching, because a new chapter of your life is waiting. And I will be there with you every step of the way. Have you ever wondered why some doors seem permanently closed in front of you? There are things you've tried your hardest to achieve. But no matter how much you strive, everything remains as distant as an unattainable dream. You wonder if I've forgotten you, if I'm ignoring your desires. But my child, I have never abandoned you. I'm simply protecting you from things that aren't meant for you. There are doors that, if you try to open with your own strength, you'll enter a path that's not for you. I see what you can't see. I know what lies ahead, and I close those doors not to hurt you, but to keep you away from dead ends. You can't understand everything when you only see with your limited eyes. There are things you think are good for you, but could actually lead you astray. There are people you think will be with you for life, but they're just temporary companions I send to teach you a lesson, and then they have to leave. I know this hurts, but if you keep clinging to what doesn't belong to you, you'll never grasp what I've prepared for you ahead. So, when a door closes, don't despair. Don't let your heart sink in sorrow for what's past. You can't move forward if you keep looking back. There are things you have to let go of, things you have to accept, wounds you have to let time heal. The more you resist, the more tired you become. But if you learn to trust my guidance, you'll see that some losses are actually liberation, and some closed doors open up to bigger paths for you. But I know that waiting is never easy. There are days you feel like you're standing in an empty space, not knowing where to go, not knowing what the future holds. You want everything to have an answer right away. But you forget that great things always take time to form, like a beautiful painting that can't be painted in a moment. Your life is the same way. Every detail, every color, every stroke has meaning. and I'm painting a masterpiece from your very life. You just need to be patient, because one day when you look back, you'll see that every stroke has its place, every pain has its reason, and every challenge is a building block of who you are today. But you need to learn to embrace new things. If you keep clinging to the old, you'll never step into a new chapter of your life. Do you know why a snake has to shed its skin? If it keeps the old skin, it can't grow, it can't develop, it can't continue its journey. It's the same for people. There are things you have to shed to become a better version of yourself. You can't keep living in old hurts, old pains, old failures. Look ahead, because what I have for you isn't in what's past, but in what you haven't discovered. And child, don't be afraid of the unknown. I know you like certainty. You want everything to be clear before you step forward. But there are journeys you can only understand when you've started, like a ship that can't stay in the safe harbor forever. Your life is the same way. You can't keep avoiding challenges. There are things you only learn when you dare to step out of your comfort zone, when you dare to trust my guidance. Don't be afraid of failure, because even when you fall, I'll still be there to lift you up. You need to remember that life isn't a race. You don't need to compare your journey to anyone else's. Everyone has their own path, their own rhythm, their own plan that I've already set. Don't look at what others have and feel inadequate. Don't let the successes of others make you doubt your own worth. You weren't created to be a copy of anyone. You were created to be you. I don't compare you to anyone, so don't put yourself in those meaningless comparisons. Believe that I'm working even when you don't see it. Believe that the dream I put in your heart isn't just a fantasy, but something I prepared to come true. Step forward with courage, with faith, with hope, because you're not alone. Because I'm still here, because I'm still holding your hand, guiding you every step of the way. And when the time is right, you'll see that everything you've been through has a reason, has meaning, is part of the perfect plan I've set for you. Do you know that every moment you're living on this earth isn't meaningless? Every step you take, every breath you breathe, every decision you make, all of it is part of the grand plan I have for you. Even the seemingly most insignificant moments, even the days you feel like you haven't done anything important, it all has a purpose. But you often forget that. You let the pressures of life overshadow the true meaning of your existence. You let petty worries pull you into a cycle without an exit. You worry about things that aren't worth worrying about. You chase after things that don't really bring value. You let your mind be controlled by temporary things and forget your sacred nature. I want you to stop for a moment and think. If you only had one last day to live on this earth, what would you do? Would you keep worrying about the small things that made you upset yesterday? Would you keep drowning in nameless fears, the negative thoughts that have held you captive for so long? Or would you live each moment to the fullest? Say the words you've never dared to say. Do the things you've hesitated to do for too long? So why do you let meaningless things control your life? You weren't created to live a dull, meaningless life. You were created with a purpose, with a great meaning that only you can fulfill. No one else can live for you. No one else can walk the path I've set for you. So why are you afraid? Why do you doubt yourself? You are not a coincidence. You are not an anonymous grain of sand in the vast universe. Every ability you have, every passion in your heart, every dream you cherish, all of it is a piece in the big picture I'm painting for you. But I know that there are times when you feel like everything is against you. You've tried your best, but the doors still won't open. You've put your whole heart into things you believed were right, but then you receive disappointment. You wonder if you've gone the wrong way, if you've misunderstood my will. But my child, don't jump to conclusions when you're still in the middle of the journey. Just because you don't see results right away doesn't mean I'm not working. Some things take time to form. Some prayers have to wait for the right moment to be answered. A seed can't sprout right after being planted. A tree can't grow strong overnight. You need to learn to be patient, to trust the process I'm working on. You also need to learn to see blessings, even in the smallest things. Sometimes you think that I'm only present in great miracles, in solemn and magical moments. But I'm right here, in every gentle breeze that passes, in the laughter of a child, in the embrace of someone who loves you. I'm in the simplest things in life, in the peaceful moments you can easily overlook. The more you open your heart, the more you realize that I'm always with you, always reminding you of my love and provision. Remember that life isn't always easy, but it's always worth living. There will be days you feel tired, but don't let those days define you. There will be moments you want to give up, but don't let those moments steal the hope within you. You are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you imagine. Every difficulty you face isn't meant to defeat you, but to refine you, to make you stronger, more mature, more ready for the great things I've prepared for you. So keep going. Don't look at what's lost, but look at what's still waiting ahead. Don't let the past bind you, but let it become motivation for you to rise up. Don't let fear stop you, but let faith guide you. You are not alone on this journey. I am walking with you every step of the way. And when you look back, you'll see that everything that is past has a meaning, that every trial, every suffering, every failure is just a part of the story I'm writing for you. A story whose ending will be more beautiful than anything you can imagine. Have you ever wondered why sometimes you have to go through winding roads full of challenges instead of straight, easy path? Have you ever wondered why some dreams that seemed within reach suddenly become distant? Do you feel like you're lost, disoriented, standing at a crossroads, not knowing which way to go? It's not because you've been abandoned or forgotten. It's because I'm guiding you on a path that only I fully understand. There are things you want immediately, but if I give them to you at that moment, they won't benefit you. There are doors that seem to have opened, but they're actually not the path for you. You see things through a limited lens, but I see the whole picture. You measure success by immediate results, but I measure it by your growth, by what you learn through the journeys you've taken. You need to understand that not every delay is a failure. Not every dream unfulfilled is hopeless. Sometimes I'm protecting you from things you can't foresee. Sometimes I'm building a foundation for you before putting you in the right place. If you realize this, you'll no longer worry when things don't go your way. You'll learn to trust. Learn to be patient. Learn to listen to the signs I send you. You don't need to know all the answers right now. What you need to do is keep walking with the faith that I'm accompanying you. But there's one important thing you need to change, and that's how you see yourself. Sometimes you're too hard on yourself. You blame yourself for past mistakes. You let failures overshadow your true worth. You think you're not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough to receive good things. But do you know that I see you with a completely different gaze? I don't see you through your mistakes. I see you through the potential I've placed within you. You are not the sum of your failures, but a meaningful creation born to do great things. If you keep living in self-reproach, you'll never step into the future I've prepared for you. If you keep clinging to the pain, you'll never feel the joy I want to give. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to lift your head and walk with the belief that you deserve better things. Don't think that what you do is small, meaningless. Sometimes a simple word of encouragement can change someone's life. A small act of love can bring hope to a despairing soul. You don't need to do great things to prove your worth. What matters is how you live, how you love, how you treat others. This world has too much coldness. There are too many hearts withered from lack of love. Be the light, be the warmth, be the source of hope for those in need. Don't think you're not capable enough. Don't think you're too small to make a difference. A small candle can dispel darkness. A small ray of light can guide someone who's lost. But don't forget that in order to give light, you have to keep yourself burning brightly. Don't let the troubles of life extinguish the fire within you. Don't let negative words make you forget your worth. Don't let past hurts close your heart. Afraid to love again. Life may bring you many wounds, but you have the right to choose how you respond. You can let the pain turn you into a bitter person, or you can let it help you become stronger, more mature. And what I want you to remember, you are not alone. No matter how you feel, no matter how you think no one understands you, no matter how you think you're walking alone on a challenging road, I am always here. I always hear the words you whisper in the dark. I always see the tears you don't let anyone know. I always understand the feelings you can't express in words. Even if the whole world forgets you, I will never forget. Even if everything changes, my love for you will never change. So keep going. Hold on to your faith. Let what has passed become motivation, not a burden. Believe that better things are ahead. And no matter how many storms you have to go through, I will always hold your hand tightly. Have you ever realized that some things you think are random are actually meaningful arrangements? There are encounters, events, doors that open or close. None of it is accidental. Everything that happens in your life carries a purpose, a message, an opportunity that I want you to see. But many times you are too busy with worries. You are too immersed in negative thoughts that you don't realize that I'm working in your life every day. Do you know why there are times when you feel like you're being delayed? There are things I want you to learn before giving you what you ask for. You want to have complete joy, but do you really know how to cherish that joy? You want to have success, but are you mature enough to not let that success lead you away from me? You want love, but do you truly understand what real love is? I never bestow good things hastily. Everything must come the right time. When you're ready, when your soul is strong enough to receive without letting those blessings become traps. If I give it to you too soon, you won't appreciate it. If I let you go without enough experience, you'll stumble. Every weight has its reason. There are times when you feel your heart is empty, as if no matter how hard you try, you still can't find real joy. That's because you're looking for happiness in places that can't bring you lasting satisfaction. You think that when you achieve this, have that, you'll feel fulfilled, but you'll never be truly enough if you don't let me be your greatest joy. When you place your joy in things that are easy to change, fame, money, the recognition of others, then just a gentle breeze is enough to make you waver. But when you place your trust in me, you'll no longer fear loss. You'll no longer have to race to prove yourself. You'll no longer have to live under the pressure of becoming someone according to the world's standards. Don't be afraid when the things you want don't come the way you expect. I don't just look at your today. I look at the future you haven't seen. You only see the limitations of reality, but I see what goes beyond your understanding. I see the traps you don't realize. I see the dangers you haven't touched. I see greater blessings you've never thought of. Don't let the delays make you doubt. Don't let the challenges discourage you. Don't let the gossip of others make you forget who you are in my eyes. You must remember that you weren't born to live an ordinary life. I have placed greater abilities in you than you imagine. But if you keep letting fear hold you back, you'll never reach them. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just need to be yourself, walking on the path I've set for you. When you dare to step forward, you'll see doors open in ways you can't imagine. When you dare to trust, you'll see my guidance clearer than ever. But you must let go of what doesn't belong to you in order to receive better things. You can't hold on to old burdens and expect a new beginning. You can't cling to what has passed and still hope to step into a new chapter I've prepared. Let the old wounds lie behind. Let the mistakes no longer define you. Let the burdens in your mind be set down. Don't let the past imprison you in the limits I didn't set. Don't let negative thoughts bind you for what I want to give. When you learn to let go, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more ready to embrace the new things I prepared for you. You may not see it right now, but I'm working in your life every day. I'm clearing the way, laying the foundation, arranging everything so that when the time comes, you'll look back and see that everything has a reason. The tears you've shed, the times you felt abandoned, the months you felt lonely, none of it is meaningless. Everything has happened to prepare you for what's to come. Every challenge you've been through isn't meant to make you fall, but to make you stronger, wiser, and more ready for the greater blessings that await. So stand firm, continue to trust. Walk with the conviction that whether you understand or not, I'm still doing what's best for you. One day you'll look back and know that every trial you've gone through wasn't in vain. And then you'll know that it was all part of my perfect plan for you. Have you ever wondered why there are periods in your life when you feel like you're stuck, as if you're walking in a long tunnel without an end? Even though you've tried, but still don't see the light ahead? Maybe you've prayed, waited for a change, but everything seems to be standing still. You feel like I'm silent, as if I've forgotten you. But you don't know that even in the moments you think are the quietest, I'm still working. Like a seed buried deep in the ground, It doesn't sprout immediately, but beneath the surface, it's absorbing nutrients, preparing to grow. You're the same way. The things you are waiting for may not come right away, but that doesn't mean they won't come. There are times when you feel like you're losing your way, as if the plans you've built are collapsing. You wonder why I let your dreams fade, why the things you put your hope in don't come true. But you don't know that sometimes I have to tear down what's not solid to build something more solid. I have to close the doors that don't lead anywhere to open the paths you've never thought of. What you think is loss is actually protection. What you think is failure is actually a stepping stone for growth. You weren't born to live an ordinary life, but you won't be able to see greatness if you only want to stay in your comfort zone. If you're afraid of the unknown, if you don't dare to let go of what's familiar, how can you reach the things I prepared? You have to learn to walk in faith, even when you can't see the whole picture. I'm not calling you to understand everything. I'm calling you to trust. There are relationships you want to keep, but I let them go away from you. You're heartbroken, you regret, you wonder if you did something wrong. But you don't realize that I've seen what you haven't seen. I've seen the dangers you haven't realized. I've heard the words you didn't hear. I know who is sincere with you and who is just a temporary temptation. If I let someone leave your life, trust that it's necessary. Don't cling to what I'm removing. Don't look back at the past with regret, because there are many better things ahead. And don't compare your journey to others. You may see others succeed, be happy, get the things you're still wanting, and you wonder why I seem to bless them faster than you. But you don't see what they've been through, the challenges they've faced. You don't know that everyone has their own path, their own plan that I've set. What's right for them may not be right for you. If you feel like you're going slow, it doesn't mean you're left behind. Sometimes I prolong the time to build a solid foundation for you, so that when you step into what I've prepared, you'll have enough strength to hold it firm. You may have experienced hurts in the past, wounds you think will never heal. You may have been betrayed, abandoned, hurt by people you trusted. But remember that pain is not the end. Pain is just a part of the journey, something I will use to transform you. I don't let you suffer without a purpose. I don't let you fall without a reason. What you've been through will not be wasted. It will become a part of the story you'll tell, a witness to the renewal I'll do in your life. Don't let the old wounds stop you from moving forward. Let me heal you. Let me replace the pain with peace. You don't have to fight alone. You don't have to carry the burden alone. I'm always here, always ready to lift you when you're exhausted, always ready to protect you when you're scared. But you have to let me act. You have to let go of the fears, the doubts, the resentments. You have to let your heart be open to receive what I want to give you. You can't step into something new if you're still holding on to what's old. Remember that you're never alone. Even in the darkest nights, I'm still there. Even when you feel like you're forgotten, I still see you. Even when you think no one understands you, I do. And I'm still working in your life, even when you don't realize it. One day you'll look back and see that everything has meaning. You'll see that the times you thought you were abandoned were actually the times I was protecting you. You'll see that every challenge, every tear, every weight was not in vain. And then you'll know that I've never left you for a single moment. Amen.